Hi, hello, how you doing? Hope you're doing great. Okay, so just a quick one. I want to talk about three ways, three routes, three different means through which you can move to Finland with your family. I've been getting this question for so long, and I just decided to chip in my 1 cent. There are tons of video about moving to Finland with your family, and I guess you guys have you've seen watched some of these videos and they are helpful as well, but as we all know, there are a lot of videos about this particular topic that is misleading, and I've watched tons of them, and that's why I decided to just talk about this briefly. There are three ways I know you can move to Finland with your family. The first is as an international student. I'm gonna just list them, then I'll explain them subsequently. You can move as an international student as long as you move as an international student. I don't want to explain before I go to the next. So you can move as an international student, and you can also um, move to Finland as a specialist. So maybe it can be you are a specialist. That's work based. I'm talking about. So you can also move to Finland with your family through you having studied. This is studies, but it's kind of like postdoc, like a researcher in a university. Okay, so those are the three ways that you can move to Finland with your family. There are other ways. For example, if someone is already here and you want to invite your family over, that's a whole different thing. Now we are talking about you moving from wherever you are with your family and coming to Finland. Okay, the first, as an international student, I want to state this clearly, that as long as you have been admitted into a university, a vocational school, any program that lasts more than, that accept international students and also lasts more than a year, you are eligible to move with your family. So it doesn't matter if it's a vocational school, it doesn't matter if it's a university of applied science, it doesn't matter if it's a university, you are eligible to move with your family, provided you have the required means of funds. So you're not gonna just show 6,700 euros. No, you're gonna show more as per the number of family members that you have. So I'm talking about your immediate family, not your mom, not your dad. I'm talking about your spouse and your children. So as long as you gain admission into a university, you are eligible to apply for yourself and your family as well. The big challenge here is the means of support. Why? Because some of these potential international students, they have sponsors. So for example, I gain admission into a university in Finland and I have a sponsor, which means I don't fund my studies. My dad or my mom or my uncle funds my studies. And now, if I want to come with my husband or my children, they are my dependents. So it means that I am standing and they're coming behind me. So obviously, I should be the one to show the means of funds. So the problem now is I can't afford to sponsor my education. I have a sponsor. So I'm coming with my family. How do we, go about this? So the solution, or to make it more easier for you, is for you to move to Finland first. It doesn't matter if you come through a sponsor. It doesn't matter. But once you're in Finland, you can get a job and then you can invite your family. In that case, you have the means of support. Okay? So some people, they come, like for example, you may have a 3-year program, you may have a 3-year program, you may have a 2-year program. And so people can complete their 3-year program in 2 years. Some below 2 years, even 1.5. And immediately they are done, they look for a full-time job. Some even take 2 jobs. Okay, so they have enough funds to bring their family. So if you have the money, then it's easy for you to move to Finland as an international student with your family. That's the first. The second is you coming as a specialist. Like Finland is like they're always employing specialists in different fields. So as a specialist, you can apply for a work permit or specialist permit, not even work permit, and you can also move with your family. The problem with such permit is that it's not, it takes it depends on the duration of your job, and if after that your contract is not extended or you don't get a new job, that's where this new policy comes into effect. After 3 months, if you don't get a new work contract, you will be kicked out of the country. Yes. So you can come as a specialist. And the next is as a researcher. So a post doctor research fellow, or whatever they put it. So for example, a university employs you, okay, as a researcher for you to come, like maybe as a PhD student, you are being paid, okay, to go through this research, or it may be after your PhD and you are being employed maybe for a 2 years project or a research project or more. That way you are eligible to move with your family. All right. I know people who have moved there, friends who have moved there through that route, and it's the easiest. Yes, it is. It's the easiest. The application period is not that long. Some it takes like 1 month for them to process. If you have all your documents ready, if you have everything ready, the specialist especially, it doesn't take that long as compared to that of you moving as an international student with your family. So they still, after your work contract ends, you need to get another job in order for you and your family to have a continuous stay here in Finland. So besides moving to Finland, ways to move to Finland with your family, there are other ways you can move to Finland as an individual, so not just as a student. And the first is you moving to Finland as an au pair, okay? An au pair in the sense that it's kind of like a nanny, but not nanny job anyways. A family may need you to take care of their child or children, and also house chores, and then you may, like, you live with them. They provide accommodation and then they pay you. The salary is not that much, but if you're living, if they provide accommodation and food, and then maybe they pay you 250, 200, then that's great. But the thing with you moving as an au pair is there's an age limit, and also you need to study Finnish language in a formal app. So it's not just studying on your own. So you pay, for example, wet dive, you pay for courses, and then at the end of each course they issue a certificate to you. So with that, you can use it to support your permit application. You also need a host family, and that's really difficult. That's one of the most difficult things when it comes to you moving to Finland as an au pair, because the Finnish language is not a big deal. Yeah, it's not as if you need to study Finnish right up to B1 or B2 level. No, you just need to know some of the basics. So like you take some few courses and you're done. So if you are within the age group and you have the Finnish language and you have a host family, you are good to go. One more thing about moving to Finland as an au pair that people don't usually talk about is the fact that it's just for 1 year. So it's not as if, oh, I'm moving to Finland as an au pair, I'm going to work for 1 year and then they will extend my work contract. No. When you're done as an au pair within 1 year, then you need to look for other route. Like, for example, you can go to a vocational school. Why? Because during your time as an au pair, obviously you should be attending Finnish lessons and Finnish classes, and so by the time you're done with your au pair, by the time your au pair contract comes to an end, at least you've acquired some knowledge of Finnish. So it's easy for you to enroll in a vocational school. The problem with this au pair permit is that people come and they get into it and they forget about oh, what next. But if you're focused and you know that okay, after 1 year I need to go to a vocational school, you start making contacts, you start trying to get to know more about this vocational school and prepare, towards it. Another thing you can do after your au pair contract expires is that you can look for a job. And most au pair, they get jobs in as a daycare nurse or nanny, so you can get a job and you use that job to extend your permit, and so that you have a stay here in Finland. So those are the points that comes to mind when we talk about this au pair thing. So it's really easy if you have all the documents and your host family is ready and they have all the documents, they're authentic, then after 1 month you get your residence permit or your decision. So it's really easy in the sense that you don't spend that much money when unlike paying fees and all the likes. So this is another easy way for you to move to Finland. And you can check aupair.com. You can create a profile there, tell people about yourself and where you're from, and also your past experiences. Like, have you worked as a nanny before? Have you worked have you worked as an au pair in another country before? Your education background and all those things, so they help. And who knows, you can also be checking for potential families there, because families do come there and write like, oh, we are looking for this person from this country, this person should speak English, the person should speak French, whatever language. All right, so another way to move to Finland as an individual is through becoming a nanny. Nanny and au pair, they are similar, but the difference is like there's no age limit here. And also with the nanny, you don't actually need to study Finnish language if the family, like if Finnish language is not one of the criteria that the family is asking for. So with the nanny, the weight is more on the host family, because it's a job. They pay you all the taxes and everything. And also, I didn't mention about the au pair. You are not supposed, you can't be an au pair to your relative, like your blood relation. So you're not supposed to work as an au pair to someone that you're related to. So your sister, your direct sister or brother or whatever. But with nanny, like there's no such thing. So it's also easy to move to Finland as a nanny. The next is you moving as a caregiver. That's a nurse, or also a caregiver in daycare. Yeah, I think Finland gets more people employed from the Philippines that I know of, that have moved to Finland here. Like they apply directly. So some they work through their national agent, like they are you know people that actually they are like the middlemen. So if you are looking for a job from those countries, they easily connect you with companies here. One thing I want to mention is that you should be cautious, because I've seen videos, move to Finland as a nurse, move to Finland as a caregiver, but there is so much going on that I am very certain that with time, people will start talking about, some of the challenges and some of the disadvantages of you moving as a nurse or a caregiver here in Finland. So the early years, first years that you're under that employer, it's so challenging and it's so difficult. So there are even people who got a job as nurses and they moved to Finland, and then when they got to Finland, they send them to somewhere else. Yes, I know someone like that personally. So please be cautious when you go through this. But it's another good way to move to Finland directly. So if you find genuine sites and genuine people, you can, just try it. Who knows, by the grace of God. All right, so that's all I know about this topic, and I'll end it here because I have been shying away from talking about this because it's really sensitive. And if you know me, I try as much as possible not to mislead anyone. The purpose of this channel is to bring things to light. It's not to accumulate subscribers and views and then mislead people who will be depressed tomorrow because you make them understand that, oh, run and move this way, it's all rosy. No, I'm here to keep it real and tell you what's going on here, so that even if you're moving, you are aware of the challenges psychologically and mentally. You know that, okay, this is what it is, this is what I'm going to, so that you'll be able to face it well. All right, so if this video is helpful to you, why don't you just click the like button? It will go a long way. Thank you so much. And if this is your first time here, subscribe to my channel and invite your friends. Okay, thank you so very much. See you next week and God bless you. Bye.